You know, I grew up riding and showing horses, Sean, but our next guest, whew, he has got me beat by a couple of decades. He began his career in the early 50s competing in quarter horse paint and the Appaloosa Associations, which turned into more than 386 first place trophies. That's a lot of blue ribbons,
Yeah, no
which
kidding.
qualifies him to write a book all about horses, not just about horses, but about how to properly interact with them so that you can have an amazing relationship between horse and rider for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Here to tell you how to train your own horse is Al Ragazine. He's joining us now from Texas, where he has these horses. How are you, sir?
Just fine, thank you. Good afternoon. How's everything in Vegas?
It's going all right. We're starting to open things up. Life is starting to get back to I don't know, to life. I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah.
That said, you know what?
I don't know if we'll ever have a normal.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we weren't very normal before this either. But let's talk about this. I think a lot of people, especially over the last year, have kind of found the outdoors. I'm a city slicker. I got to be honest. My horse to human connection has not necessarily been there, but over the past year, I've gotten into nature more and more, and I think a lot of other people have as well. You think it's important, if you have a horse, you should train your own horse. Why do you say that?
Well, because the book actually says confident horseback riding, and it's really training your own horse. Now, what I mean by that, and maybe using the word training is really maybe not the right word, but you see the way JJ would probably associate with this. Someone has a horse and they don't understand it, so they send it to a trainer, who I used to do that. And then when I would send it back to them, they say, "You ruined him. I can't ride him." Of course not, because I trained him, and so I'd have to train them how to ride it. And I'm just too far advanced. I started in 1943 with my first horse.
Wow.
And my last one was 2018, 76 years. And it's kind of hard for me to go backward. So what I did is I had a sponsor, and they wanted me to show the people how I made a horse dance. And your listeners can go to dancinghorseshow.com, and you'll see the horses dance to the rhythm of the song. And so a hoof hits the ground on every beat. So in other words, if I'm doing, let's say, a polka, he's dancing a polka, and then you turn right around and play country music, and he'll do a two-step. You'll do a rumba, whichever one you want to do. So if you go to dancinghorseshow.com, it shows you my credentials, and it has a video there of all my horses, just a little chart. It's about, I'm going to say about 4 minutes, maybe four and a half minutes.
Al, that sounds so fun. I would love to see that. Let me ask you, because we have a lot of things to get to, Al. Let me ask you, I loved what you said about the relationship between the horse and the rider, because I think I learned to listen by riding horses. That was something that was taught to me. I grew up showing Morgan's Western, but you have invented something called the Ragazine reins. What are your special reins about?
Well, when I went on RFD TV, I didn't know what to expect, because I've never done a video like that in 2006. And so I watched the station and saw a couple of the trainers. And no, I didn't learn anything, because if anybody listens to that, they're going to get killed or hurt real bad. So I just been truthful and said what I did. I got over 100,000 emails, blew my equipment up, and people wanted a set of those reins. Well, I didn't have them perfected for the public, so I had to work on them, and it took me a year or so. These reins, what they do is kind of like driving your car. You don't know how many gears you got in your car. All you know is that you put it in drive, and it moves forward. Well, what's happening? Your back wheels are turning, and you use the front wheels to steer. Well, these reins do it for you. You put that on, and automatically.
Amazing.
Al, we got to let you go because we're running out of time. We want to point people to the direction of the book, though. We appreciate you joining us today. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you bet. It's a pleasure. And that's what the reins do. They put the horse in gear for you. So an investment of less than $200 for the life of your horse is all you need.
And we're about to put people into gear
Thanks,
to
Al.
get your book right now, alragazine.com. It's spelled right there, RAGUSIN.com. You can find his website right there, phone number there as well. Bestseller Publishing, a proud sponsor of The Morning Blend.